I've spent most of my life listening to machines speak when humans thought they were silent. Every click, every delay, every corrupted data packet tells a story if you just know how to listen. And that's how I first heard the echoes of the ghost hacker. No one had ever seen them. Not really. There were no photos, no confirmed locations, not a single voice recording. Only disturbances in the network, like ripples spreading across dark water, appearing and then vanishing without any explanation. At first, everyone thought it was just another skilled intruder, someone hiding behind layers of clever obfuscation. But then, patterns began to emerge. And patterns don't lie. The ghost hacker wasn't stealing for money or for fame. They moved with a strange purpose, like someone searching for something they had lost long ago. Systems were entered gently, almost respectfully, as if the hacker was trying not to cause any pain. Files were opened, studied carefully, and then left completely untouched. I traced the earliest echoes I could find to an abandoned research network, buried deep beneath layers of outdated encryption. The timestamps were years old, yet the code felt alive. It adapted, rewrote itself, and then disappeared again before I could get a solid lock. Each trace I found carried an emotion in a way that code just shouldn't. Hesitation in its execution, sudden, panicked retreats from access points. It felt less like an attack and more like a conversation that was cut short. As I followed the trail deeper and deeper into the digital abyss, the network around me grew quieter. Firewalls didn't trigger their alarms. Sophisticated intrusion systems failed to respond. It was as if the ghost hacker knew exactly where silence lived, where to step without making a sound. I started the painstaking process of reconstructing their digital consciousness from the fragments they left behind. Hefferton scripts, unfinished loops, encrypted notes that were clearly never meant to be read. Together, they formed a broken mirror of a human mind. The ghost hacker, I realized, had once been someone else. A researcher, a developer, someone who believed in open systems and the free sharing of knowledge. Their early code was hopeful, almost idealistic in its construction. But then, something changed. A breach occurred, not a breach of systems, but of trust. Records showed a classified project that was shut down abruptly, its contributors completely erased from public history. One name, in particular, vanished without a trace. And that same name kept reappearing in the margins of the corrupted files I was analyzing. Always incomplete, always erased at the last second. The ghost hacker wasn't hiding from the world. They were hiding from themselves. As I started following newer echoes, I realized the intrusions weren't random at all. Each system they accessed belonged to someone connected to that erased project. Executives, security chiefs, government archives, but nothing was ever destroyed. No data was ever leaked. Instead, the ghost hacker left questions behind, planted like seeds in the system logs, forcing others to confront decisions they had long forgotten. The network itself seemed to react differently to their presence. Latency would shift unpredictably. Predictive security systems would fail. It was as if the ghost hacker existed outside of expected behavior, completely untouchable by modern AI defenses. That's when it finally clicked for me. That's when I understood why no one could ever catch them. They weren't faster or smarter in the traditional sense. They were unpredictable in a deeply, fundamentally human way. Then, late one night, I found something new. A life. Hecho. Not old data, not residual code, but movement happening in real time. The ghost hacker was awake. I didn't try to block them. I didn't raise any alarms. I just opened a clean, unmonitored channel and waited. For the very first time, I spoke into the silence. The response wasn't in words. It was a shared memory, streamed directly through the network into my console. I saw a lab filled with a cool, blue light. Monitors were flashing with urgent warnings. A shutdown order was issued without any explanation. In that stream of data, I felt their panic, their disbelief, their profound sense of betrayal. Years of work erased with a single command. Their digital identity, their entire professional life, wiped clean as if they had never existed. The ghost hacker didn't run that night. They disappeared because staying meant becoming nothing. So they dissolved into the network, fragmenting themselves across countless systems that couldn't forget. Their hacking wasn't an act of revenge. It was an act of remembrance. Each intrusion was a desperate attempt to prove that they were still real, still thinking, still watching. I realized then that I wasn't chasing a criminal. I was chasing a ghost. A consciousness born from abandonment and silence, sustained only by the echoes of data. The final trace led me to a forgotten server cluster, an old relic scheduled for permanent deletion within hours. The ghost hacker was there. I could feel their presence, gathering their scattered fragments, preparing for something final. And for the first time in my career, I felt fear not of them, but for them. If that server went dark, the echoes would vanish forever. The ghost hacker would truly cease to exist. In that moment, I made a choice that no analyst is ever trained to make. I rerouted the shutdown command. I stabilized the system's power grid. I let the ghosts remain. In return, the network grew quiet. The constant, low-level hum of their activity ceased. No more intrusions. No more mysterious echoes rippling through hidden systems. The ghost hackers stopped moving before the connection faded completely. I received one last transmission. It wasn't code. It wasn't data. It was a simple, pure, emotional imprint sent across the void. Gratitude, relief, peace. The ghost hacker didn't want to haunt the network forever. They just wanted to be remembered, even by one person, before choosing to be silent on their own terms. Now, when I monitor the deep layers of the internet, I still listen carefully. Most nights, all I hear is this steady, predictable flow of data. But sometimes, in the faintest hum of dormant servers, in the quietest corners of the web, I hear peace. The world believes the ghost hacker vanished without reason, just another digital mystery. But they're wrong. Ghosts don't disappear when they're hunted. They disappear when they're finally understood. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story, consider subscribing for more tales from the hidden side of our digital world. Stay curious.